Hey Stoic friends, welcome back to the channel. Let's take a moment to picture this. You're sitting across from someone who holds your entire world together. Their words are full of love, and their promises feel like an unshakable foundation. They assure you of forever, and you believe them wholeheartedly because they've always been your safe harbor, the person you trust without question. But one day, everything changes. Their promises, which once felt so real, vanish like whispers in the wind. Suddenly, you're left alone with 1,000 questions and no answers. The emptiness creeps in, and every corner of your heart aches with disbelief. The pain doesn't just sting, it consumes you. The person you thought would never leave is now a memory, leaving behind a scar and an overwhelming silence. Sound familiar? For many of us, this is not just a hypothetical story, it's a reality. A friend, a partner, or even family can make promises they can't keep, and when they leave, they take a piece of us with them. But here's the thing. While their departure may break you for a moment, it doesn't define your story. Today, I want to guide you through the steps to find peace in these heart-wrenching moments. Because even in loss, there's a chance to rediscover yourself. Let's walk this journey together, one step at a time. Let's get started. Number 1, acknowledge the truth of their actions. It's hard to admit when someone we care about betrays our trust, but the first step to finding peace is to face the truth head-on. They broke their promise. They chose to walk away, leaving you to gather the pieces of your heart. And yes, it hurts. It feels like the world stopped spinning for a moment. Maybe you've replayed their words in your mind, hoping to find a hidden meaning, a justification for their actions. You might tell yourself they didn't mean it, that maybe it was a mistake. But deep down, you know, they made a choice, and it's a choice that left you behind. Accepting this truth isn't about blaming them or wallowing in self-pity. It's about taking back your power. Acknowledging their actions doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're brave enough to face reality, even when it's painful. It's about looking at the wound and saying, yes, this happened, but it doesn't define me. In doing so, you reclaim your narrative. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you stop trying to rewrite their story and start focusing on your own, that's when healing begins. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I have the strength to accept the truth and move forward. Number 2, stop chasing closure. When someone breaks a promise and leaves, our natural instinct is to seek closure, a definitive answer, a reason to explain the pain. We replay conversations, search for hidden meanings, and sometimes even confront them, hoping they'll say something to make it all make sense. But here's the truth. Closure isn't something they can give you. It's a gift you give yourself. Think about it. Even if they explained every reason, would it truly erase the hurt? Would their words suddenly make everything feel okay? Likely not. Often closure is a mirage, something we chase to avoid accepting what's already clear. They left. The explanations might soothe for a moment, but they won't change the reality. True closure comes when you decide to stop chasing. It's the moment you say, I don't need your permission to heal. By releasing the need for their answers, you free yourself from their hold. Healing begins when you focus on what you can control, your emotions, your perspective, and your future. As Seneca wisely said, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Craving their words keeps you tethered to the past. Let go, and you'll find a peace they could never provide. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I let go of the past and embrace my peace. This isn't about forgetting. It's about choosing freedom over endless questions. That's where healing begins. Number 3, lean into what brings comfort. In the aftermath of broken promises, the world can feel hollow. The absence of their presence creates a void, and the silence becomes deafening. But even in this emptiness, there are lifelines, moments, people, and activities that can bring a flicker of joy back into your heart. Think about the little things that have always brought you comfort. Is it the sound of rain against your window, the smell of a favorite book, or the soft embrace of a beloved pet? These moments may seem small, but they hold incredible power. Start there. Take a walk in nature and feel the rhythm of the world moving forward, even as you pause to heal. Revisit a hobby that once lit up your spirit. Painting, journaling, or even just losing yourself in a song. Also, lean on your people, the ones who care for you unconditionally. A phone call with an old friend or a heartfelt conversation with family can remind you of the love that remains, even when one person's love fades. Healing isn't about filling the void they left, but about discovering the treasures you already have around you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Drop an affirmation in the comments. I find peace in the little joys around me. Remember, it's the small acts of care for yourself that stitch the wounds they left behind. Number 4, let the void be a lesson, not a loss. When someone leaves, especially after they've made promises, it feels like a gaping wound. That space where they once stood in your life becomes a dark, empty hole. The pain is real, and it's easy to think that something precious is lost forever. But what if I told you that the void they left behind could be a space for growth, not just sorrow? Their absence isn't just a hole in your heart, it's a moment to learn. Take a step back and reflect on what their promises really meant to you. What did you learn about trust, love, and vulnerability? Maybe in their absence, you've discovered what you truly need in a relationship. Perhaps you've realized the strength you never knew you had to face: disappointment. In life, the hardest lessons often come from the deepest wounds. The loss we feel today can become the wisdom we carry forward tomorrow. Yes, their absence hurts, but it also provides room for you to redefine your boundaries and expectations for the future. This is your chance to rebuild a stronger version of yourself, one who has learned to love wisely and to guard their heart fiercely. As Seneca wisely said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am stronger because of this. You might never have wanted this lesson, but you can use it to shape a future filled with more clarity, peace, and strength. Number 5, define your new normal. When they leave, it feels like the ground beneath you suddenly shifts. The familiar spaces, your home, your routine, start to feel different. What was once comforting now feels foreign, and you're left grappling with the change. But in this disorienting time, there's also a hidden opportunity. The chance to reclaim your life and define what comes next. It might sound strange, but now is the time to rearrange your space, literally and figuratively. Start with your room. Move that chair to the other side. Change the direction of your bed. Small acts like this create a fresh environment that helps reset your mind. It's like telling yourself, I am moving forward. But it's not just about your physical space, it's about reimagining your life. What do you love to do that you've forgotten about in the shadow of someone else's presence? Maybe there's a book you've been meaning to read, or a hobby you've set aside. Maybe you've always wanted to take a class or travel. Now is your chance to rediscover who you are without anyone else's influence. Find your rhythm again. You are no longer defined by their presence in your life. This process isn't easy, but it's necessary. It's not about erasing the past, but about embracing the future with new strength and purpose. As Maya Angelou wisely said, "We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated." Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am ready to embrace my new beginning. It's time to build a new normal, and the beauty is this time you get to define it. Number 6. Guard your heart without closing it. When someone you trust betrays you, it's easy to let the pain turn into a defense mechanism. You may feel like shutting the world out, pushing everyone away so you won't be hurt again. The idea of protecting yourself by building walls feels comforting, doesn't it? But the truth is, those walls, though they may shield you temporarily, also isolate you from the warmth of connection, love, and healing. Imagine this. You're sitting alone in your room, replaying the events that hurt you, and the bitterness starts to grow. But as you sit with that emotion, there's something even deeper inside you, a small whisper telling you to stay open, to trust again, even though it feels risky. This is the truth. Guarding your heart wisely doesn't mean locking it away. It means allowing yourself to feel the pain, process it, and then let it pass without allowing it to turn you cold. There's no shame in protecting yourself, but there's also no need to close off completely. By learning from the hurt without letting it harden you, you can continue to experience the beauty and joy of relationships without the fear of betrayal taking over. You get to decide how much you let people in, but don't let that decision come from a place of fear. As Maya Angelou wisely said, "We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated." Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am open to healing and love without fear. It's all about balance, guarding your heart without closing it off completely. Only then can you truly heal and grow stronger. Number 7. Embrace the journey of moving forward. Moving on after someone has broken their promises feels like stepping into the unknown. Some days, it feels like you've made no progress at all, like you're stuck in a loop of pain and confusion. But every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. Each day you get up and face the world again. You're healing, even when it doesn't feel like it. It's easy to look back and wish things had turned out differently, to wonder if maybe you could have fixed everything. But remember, healing doesn't happen on a set schedule. It's a journey, not a destination. Some days will be harder than others, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. There will come a time when you look back and realize that their absence was not a loss, but a blessing in disguise. It was a chance to rediscover yourself, to tap into strengths you never knew you had. The person who left was not your source of strength. You were all along, and with each day as you continue on your path, you will see how much stronger you've become. As Maya Angelou wisely said, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am stronger than I ever realized. So embrace the journey, the small steps, and even the setbacks. They're all leading you to a version of yourself that's even better than before. Thank you for staying with me, Stoic friends. Broken promises may leave scars, but they also reveal the depth of your strength. You are more resilient than you know, and peace is waiting just ahead. If this resonated with you, share your story in the comments. Let's heal and grow together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're in this journey together. Keep moving forward with courage. Until next time, stay brave and keep your heart strong.